let's start with talking about the most unique property of Nitara, and that is her air dash. Okay, so you hit the whatever your flip stance button is when you're in the air in any of the, I guess you'd say, 8 cardinal directions. You hold that in and tap the left bumper, and you will fly in that direction and do a short air dash. If you're used to anime games like Guilty Gear or Dragon Ball and you like air dashing, this is the character for you. Now, Nitara does have 2 unique normals that naturally put her in the air that you can air dash off of. That's her back 2, which is an overhead. It's a little slow, 28 frame startup. It does advance forward a good bit. It's safe on hit at -5, but the cool thing about it is there's a lot of things you can do off of it. Since you're in the air, you can actually cancel that into any of her air specials or an air dash. Now, for some reason, when you dash normally, it's free. If you want to, you can spend a meter and tap the LB in another direction again and get a second dash. It does cost a meter though. And to cancel one of her normals into an air dash, such as this, it does actually cost a meter. So just keep that in mind. The other special that can be canceled in this manner is her kick. That's her standing 3. It can be canceled in the same manner because it also puts her in the air in the same way. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's start with her target combo. It's going to look like this. So you're going to do 1-2, 1-2. That's her basic launcher. Jump forward, do a 1-2-4, air dash down and forward into 2-4-2, into back forward 2 for a quick bite. That is the most damage you can get off that without spending any meter or using a cameo. You can forego some damage and give yourself a little bit better frame advantage and a little bit better positioning, or okazemi as they call it, with this route here. Leaves you at much closer range at 44 frames of advantage, and I believe it's just at your sweep range, your back 4. So you'll be able to hit her with the second hit of the sweep if you want, just so you know you're at that range. Let's go back to that target combo for a minute. There's actually a lot of things that you can go into that route with. So, as we mentioned earlier, her normals that can be air dashed, okay? Air dash canceled. You're going to need to use that to start this combo a lot of the time. Her 1-2-1-2, this combo starter, is very stubby, and it's a high, so you're going to have a really hard time just walking up to a skilled opponent and just going 1-2, 1-2. They almost have to come to you and mess up in the RPS close range and kind of do something unsafe right in your face for you to get that. So to actually open up your opponent, we're going to use your back 2, which is an overhead, and then cancel that by hitting forward and LB to air dash cancel that forward, like that, okay? And then we're going to hit either 1 or 2. They both can be essentially do the same thing, whichever one you like. I think they even do the same damage. That does 40, 38, and this one does, yeah, they do the same damage, so just whatever one you prefer. Don't use the kick though, because that will actually send them backwards like this. And what you want to do is, after your second hit coming out of that air dash, you want to dial in the first 2 buttons of that target combo starter, that 1-2. So you're going to do back 2, air dash cancel. We'll just go with 2 for now in the air, and then do 1-2 before you hit the ground. And if you do it right, it should look like that, and you should get the 4-hit combo. If you're a little too slow and you hit the 1-2 combo starter after that air dash cancel attack a little too slow and you're a little bit lazy with it, it actually won't connect and won't be a true string. And we can demonstrate that here by setting the opponent to block auto. So this will have your opponent, it'll have the training dummy get hit by any first attack but any subsequent follow-up that's not a true combo, they'll block. Okay, so this is a good way to test out what's a combo and what's not. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this air dash, and then the first into a button, and then hit 1-2. So you're basically going to do back to air dash, 2-1-2. Okay, it should look like that. And listen to my button presses. I'm hitting the 2-1-2. I'm dialing that in before you even hit the ground, because this is safe, okay? And it gives us a little bit of time to visually confirm if it's hitting or not, and if it is, we can dial in the second 1-2 and begin our combo from there, and it will look like this. And you could probably hear that pause between the 1-2, 1-2. Okay, so it's also good to know, let's talk about her sweep, her back 4, okay? First of all, it's 2 hitting, and it's only -6 on block, so it is safe. It moves her forward a good bit, and the good thing about it is the first hit is actually special and cameo cancelable. You can cancel it into one of her special moves. It's actually really tough to do on reaction. In fact, I'm not even sure if you really can do it on reaction. So it's a little bit of a gamble if you do it and you're not sure if your opponent's going to block it or not. You want to visually confirm that they're standing before going for it. But you can also confirm that not only into her specials, but into your cameo. So I like to use Sector. So if you hold in back, do her back sweep, and then his back assist, his back and cameo, I guess you would call it, is this uppercut that sends her in the air. So I just hold in back and hit I hold in back and then hit 4 and my assist button right after while holding it back, and it looks like this. Okay, and that puts her right above me, so I can neutral jump straight up and go into that same combo starter we talked about before. Or combo route. Our bread and butter here. Our 1-2-4 air dash down forward 2-4-2 into quick bite. And of course you can do the the Okazemi route, as we call it. I actually got an accidental side switch there, but you know, it all works the same. There we go. Now on its own, that's not that great, but we can add that to the end of the first sequence we were doing before. So let's just set her to block all 4 just a second here. And so you can do this air dash, or you can do your back 2, or you know, you can do standing 3-2, this also works, but back 2, I like to use back 2 a lot because it is an overhead and it's kind of a good whiff punish. You kind of shimmy somebody and then you can hit them with that. Anyway, I digress. We're going to do back 2, air dash forward into our button again. And then we're going to go straight into our low. Okay. And that actually is a true string, so we'll set her back to auto. So she's getting hit. And look, 4 hits there. And we can string that into our sector. Now bear in mind, if you do that string like that after the sector assist, it will cost a second meter to do that air dash, that down forward air dash we'd always do. So this does cost 2 meter to do this dash cancel here and this one here. I'm not sure why it costs an extra meter, but it does. Now we can also cancel this straight into air specials, okay? And 2 of her air specials that are pretty strong are her dive kick, which is down back B, and quick bite, which also works on the ground, but that's back forward Y, okay? And the enhanced versions of these give you combo extensions. So if you do the meter burn version of dive kick, it'll bounce them in the air, And if you're quick, you can jump straight up and do our full target combo, you know, from the air. And it looks like this. Okay. And that's really high damage off that. That's 37%. And you can do that straight off this overhead here. So if you just visually confirm that they got hit and you got a meter and you want to cash out, you can do something like this. And this is like 40% damage. It's easy and it's just off a quick overhead. Boom. I feel like that's very powerful. It is unsafe though because let's put it all. You are minus 19. If you do want to extend this combo, this one, if you reach the wall, you could use enhanced quick bite at the end rather than the regular quick bite. Jump up and do another 2-4-2 into dive kick, and it gives you really good damage and frame it. So we do our combo, and then we go and do an enhanced quick bite. Now this is 2 meters, but then we can jump up and do a 2-4-2 dive. And that will only connect if they're against the wall at the end there, but this combo has so much great corner carry, they usually are if you start at mid-screen. It's also worth mentioning that enhanced quick bite kind of works the same way. Let's set her back to auto here. It'll always fling them up in the air like that, where you can jump up and forward and do a combo. And of course, our bread and butter works there too. Okay. So yeah, that's what I believe to be her most consistent and optimal bread and butter combos, and how to actually hit people with them. You gotta really use her special air dash to mix them up with the overheads and the lows and go into it from there, because her normals are so bad on their own. I'm gonna make some more videos about her more advanced combo routes and some of her weaknesses and how to overcome them in the future. So if you like playing Nitara, give this a like and subscribe, and stay on the lookout for future videos. Thanks again. Have a great day.